Adobe is the world's leading creative software used by millions. Once untouchable, the software giant has lost over 40% of its stock value, wiping out billions. Its bold $20 billion attempt to crush rival Figma was blocked by regulators. And now Figma just completed 2025's biggest IPO, raising $1.2 billion. What went wrong for Adobe? Let's find out. Two former Xerox engineers, Warnock and Charles Geschke, founded a company named after the creek behind Warnock's house, called Adobe Creek, in December 1982 in John Warnock's garage in Los Altos, California. Their weapon was PostScript, a revolutionary language that told printers how to create perfect documents. When Steve Jobs offered $5 million to buy them out, they refused. Instead, Jobs bought 19% of the company and licensed PostScript for Apple's LaserWriter. That partnership sparked the desktop publishing revolution, and Adobe became the first Silicon Valley company to profit in its first year. Because of this Apple's partnership, the company became popular, and in 1986, Adobe was listed on NASDAQ, the US-based stock market exchange. Throughout the 90s and 2000s, they built an empire: Illustrator for vector designers, Photoshop for photographers, Premiere for video editors. They didn't have any rival in their software suite. In 1993, they introduced PDF, the document format that would become universal. The 2003 Creative Suite bundled everything together. Then came the crown jewel: the 2005 acquisition of Macromedia for $3.4 billion, bringing Flash and Dreamweaver into the fold. By the mid-2000s, Adobe achieved what few companies ever do: a near-total monopoly. Every creative professional on Earth uses Adobe. They weren't just the industry standard, they were the only standard. But Adobe's dominance wasn't just about great products. In 1994, they acquired Aldus Corporation to get Freehand, a direct competitor to Illustrator. The Federal Trade Commission immediately intervened, forcing Adobe to sell Freehand and banning them from reacquiring it until 2004. But Adobe didn't forget. When Macromedia bought Freehand's parent company, Adobe waited. In 2005, they acquired Macromedia and finally got Freehand back, and within 2 years, in 2007, they just killed it. 5,000 designers filed an antitrust lawsuit, claiming Adobe eliminated competition rather than competing on merit. The pattern was clear: buy competitors, bury them, control the market. In 2013 became the year Adobe's invincibility was shattered. They announced Creative Suite 6 would be the last version you could buy outright. So going forward, a Creative Cloud subscription has become mandatory. Pay $50 to $75 monthly, forever without paying single-time fee. What seemed initially affordable actually became a trap. Students, freelancers, and small studios watched costs multiply over the years. The backlash was fierce, and thousands of creative professionals cancelled their subscription. But Adobe had a monopoly, so they didn't have many choices. That same year, disaster struck again. A massive security breach exposed 38 million user Adobe accounts. Encrypted passwords, credit card data, even Photoshop source code all stolen. Security experts called it one of the worst breaches in US history. Adobe's weak encryption made hackers' jobs easy, and customer trust evaporated within a month. Adobe cracked down hard on software piracy, implementing aggressive detection systems. But here's the paradox. For years, cracked Adobe software was Adobe's secret weapon. Students learned on pirated copies, then convinced their employers to buy licenses. When Adobe killed the pirate pipeline, those budget-conscious users didn't suddenly start paying. They found alternatives. Within 24 hours of releasing Photoshop CC 2013, cracked versions appeared on the Pirate Bay. So Adobe lost the next generation of designers without stopping piracy. That hectic subscription fatigue created an opportunity for other companies to break Adobe's monopoly. Tools like Affinity Designer, Photo, and Publisher offered professional software for just $50 one-time payments. DaVinci Resolve provided free video editing, rivaling Premiere Pro. Then came the real threat. Cloud-based competitors like Figma, offering real-time collaboration at a fraction of Adobe's price, and Canva Pro at just $15 monthly cost. Online communities exploded with Escape Adobe guides, and Adobe's monopoly was bleeding users. Along with the company's internal crisis, in 2023, Adobe introduced Firefly, an AI editing tool which helpful to creators to reduce their workload. But investors saw the trap. If AI can generate images, edit videos, and design layouts, why pay for expensive software? Research firm Melius warned that AI will eat software, reducing the licenses companies need. Adobe's stock plummeted 40%, trading near $350 down from 600-plus peaks. Analysts slashed revenue growth forecasts to just 4% by 2027. Even Adobe's AI-influenced revenue of $5 billion couldn't calm fears. While Adobe was trying to solve its internal problem, in September 2022, Adobe announced a $20 billion Figma acquisition, which is their largest rival. Adobe XD was losing badly to Figma's browser-based collaboration platform. So they tried to use the old playbook: buy the competitor, kill the product. With Adobe already controlling the creative software market, adding Figma would create an unbreakable monopoly. But in December 2023, the deal collapsed. Adobe paid a $1 billion breakup fee. Then July 31, 2025, Figma's IPO priced at $33 per share and tripled to $115 on day one. They raised $1.2 billion in 2025's largest IPO, serving 13 million users including Google, Microsoft, and Netflix. Adobe tried to kill Figma, but ended up creating an unstoppable rival. With all this internal struggling, the Department of Justice and FTC sued Adobe for deceptive practices. Hidden cancellation fees of 50% buried in fine print. Customer service is designed to make cancellation impossible. The company that once revolutionized creativity now faced legal consequences for predatory behavior. Adobe's perfect storm is complete. Expensive subscriptions driving users away, AI disrupting their core business, fierce competition from better alternatives, legal battles over deceptive practices, and a failed acquisition that strengthened their biggest rival. The monopoly that killed competitors through acquisitions now fights for its own survival. Adobe's fall teaches a brutal lesson. Monopolies built on eliminating competition rather than innovation. As Figma soars and AI tools democratize creativity, Adobe stands as a cautionary tale, proof that even the mightiest giants fall when they forget why they rose in the first place. So, if you like to see more videos like this, please subscribe.